From the art of the deal to keeping it real. Live from the Simply Vegas studios, it's The Power Move with John Gafford.
Back again. It is The Power Move. Yep, I'm John Gafford. I'm your host. To the left of me, Colt, regifter Amidan.
Right, I don't re-gift. I take your gifts.
The king of the regift.
Taking your
sloppy
gifts.
seconds.
That's Colt's sloppy second Amidan. There you go. That's it.
I'll take it. Thank you, everybody. And again, John Gafford loves scotch.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. And of course, joining us, the counselor, Chris Connell. How are you, sir?
Living the dream.
Living the dream, indeed. Well, today on the podcast, among other things, I think there's a couple things people don't know. I think people think that there's some sort of secret to success. There's some sort of a formula, and I agree with that. There is a formula to success.
Sure.
And we're gonna kind of dive in today about what it takes to win, man. People say, "Oh, you're lucky, you're this, that guy's a winner." Dude, what does it take to be a winner? And lucky for us, there's a cat out there named Zig Zigler. I think everybody's probably heard of him. How to win, if you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People, shame on you. Stop right now. Go buy the damn book. That's
Carnegie?
Yeah, Dale Carnegie, starting there.
And then Zig Zigler?
Yeah.
And then who else?
There's Zig Zigler, and then Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Napoleon Hill. Yeah, there's just some of these books that you should have read.
You had to have read them.
You just had to have read these books.
Mastery by Robert Greene?
Yeah, there's just some you had to read. And so every week, once in a while, we try to jump on one of these books and make it go. And this week, we're going to talk about Zig Ziglar's book, which is called Born to Win, shockingly enough. But before we get to that, guys, there's a lot of things going on.
We're talking about porn to win?
No, not porn to win. No, not porn to win, Colt. Born to win is what we're talking about.
I was like, ooh,
yeah,
I got lots to talk about today.
Nope, just born to win. So, a couple things that happened to me that I've realized is, and if you have kids, speaking about born to win, we'll go with born to just drive me batshit crazy is what we're going to talk about. So, you see the videos online of the kids covered with like peanut butter. They come around the corner of the pantry. There's like the 1-year-old like, I painted my brother with peanut butter. And it's cute and you laugh, right?
Yeah, no fun.
But this is what I realize, but really who's inconvenienced by the peanut butter bath? Is it the little brother who's standing there covered in peanut butter looking like a swamp monster?
No.
Or it's the parent that has to clean them up?
It's me. I have to clean them up. And first thing I see in those videos is, all right, now I got to get the towels out, do a load of laundry, you got jam all over the floor.
Yeah, now I have problems because of this, right? And as they get older, the problems don't change, but they get older. See, here's the problems.
Costly.
Here's the issue. Lessons are taught until they are learned. If you don't learn, then the lesson will come back around again.
That is a great phrase.
It is. Lessons are taught until they're learned. And unfortunately, education comes with pain. And if there's no pain involved in the situation, or if the pain is not your pain, chances are you don't learn the lesson.
You don't suffer it.
Case in point, this weekend we're down at Newport. And, my kids are going to go run around the Strand and have a little bit of freedom. They each had a friend, so they get to run down. We live pretty close to all the restaurants and stuff in Newport Peninsula. And the kids are going to run down there. My daughter always carries a Vans backpack. My son barely knows if he has shoes on. So I say to my kids as they're about to leave, my wife goes, they can take my credit card. I look at my daughter, look at both of them. This isn't like over my shoulder. This is look into my eyes and understand the instructions, right? I say, this credit card goes into Roma's bag and then it comes out to go to pay. As soon as it's done paying, it goes right back into Roma's bag. When we all get back here, I'm going to ask you to deliver the credit card back to me out of the bag.
I feel like I'm following this.
Yeah, out of the bag, right? You got it?
Pretty
right?
good. Yeah.
Does everyone understand that? Yeah, there is no deviation from said plan.
I'm
this
ready
is
for
it.
a quiz.
Yeah, this is the plan. So we go out, the kids come back, we get back, and what happens? I look at him and I go, hey, Roma, where's the credit card? First thing out of her mouth, I don't know, Hayden took it. What do you mean Hayden took it? He picked it up off the table, wouldn't give it back to me. Hayden, where's the credit card? I put it on the counter. What do you mean you put it on the counter? I put it right here on the counter. Well, it ain't here now. Turn the whole house upside down. Where were you carrying said credit card back from restaurant to house? In my back pocket. Where do you carry your phone? In my back pocket. Okay, let me explain to you how friction and physics work.
Sticky cases.
Gone. Lost that. So that's the son. So equally guilty for that. More leaning on the son on that one. So now my wife has to, of course, go through the fiasco of canceling all of the online setup bill pay that she has on this credit card and get another one. Now, before we leave to go to the beach, because they're taking friends, obviously I just got the new car. And when I came home, first thing, because I wasn't there, but Roma's friend had already shown up. First thing out of her mouth was, really like your new car. Okay, so you obviously saw the car. I didn't even think twice about it. Just saw the car, packed the car, we're leaving, whatever, blah, blah. Go out this morning, get ready to go to a meeting, walk out. Car's dead. Yeah. I mean, dead. And obviously she got in there and left the lights on. Now it's a relatively, there's only 300 of these cars running around apparently on the planet right now. Nobody has any idea how to get into it, how to start it. I'm calling the Maserati dealership. They're like, bro, we have no idea, right? It's like, let me call 3 different people. So it's like an Easter egg hunt to try to even figure out how to get the door open, which I finally did. Then I get the front open, the front trunk. Yeah. And I can't get the engine hatchback. So hopefully now we have the information required to get my car back to.
How nervous are you to jump that car?
I'm not. I'm going to trickle it. I'm not jumping that.
So to your point though, at which point in any of these stories has anybody suffered other than you?
No. Well, okay. Well, here's the deal. So I taxed my kids over the credit card.
Smart.
I said, how long is this going to take you to sort all this stuff out for mom? Mom's like, probably half an hour. I said, cool. And granted, mom's a little different because she doesn't have an hour, she doesn't have an hourly wage. Right. So I just decided to tax it at $50. So I said, hey, they own the machines here. I said, everything you're going to get on the machine is going right back to mom for 50, because for the time and trouble of doing this. Right. There's your tax. The dead car, haven't quite got there yet. Probably going to pay for the trickle charger is what I'm thinking. But yeah, there's got to be some sort of pain, because if you don't have pain, you don't learn the lesson, and the lesson will continue to come until it's done, until it's learned.
And I think that, I used to always get on my kids about stupid stuff. My wife's like, God, you're such an asshole. It's the stupidest thing. I'm like, no, it's not. This is going to lead to something bigger if we don't treat them right now. And I think people just let little stuff go. Most parents would be like, don't do that again, right?
Hell no.
Not. Yeah. Most people do that. And like you said, you'll never learn that way.
Yeah, dude, you've got to have some pain associated with the lesson.
So if you have ever owned a credit card yourself, individually as an adult, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you rather take a kick in the ass meat, in the buttocks,
all day,
by Kamaru Usman?
All day.
Have Kamaru Usman just come up, give you one kick
every day. Yes.
in the thick of the ass.
Yes.
Or have to touch and restart credit card payments.
1,000%. I would take that kick.
I would take a kick by an Ultimate Fighter.
All day long.
In the ass.
It's such
maybe even in the ribs.
I'd
have to really. There's very few things on this planet I would rather not have to deal with.
It is such a pain in the ass.
You have all this stuff, especially if it's your card that you have on auto payment on everything.
I had an LVAC bill one time go delete. I'm like, I forgot that
it's always that $2 one. It's always the one that's going to ruin your credit. It's like
go to log into Netflix, all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, you're like, wah.
We had one. They're like, oh yeah, you owe $8.10. Like, could you make that payment now? I'm like, I think so.
Kicking the ass from Kamaru Usman will go away in a day or two. I'll deal with this credit card nonsense.
It's terrible. So. Weeks. Yes, but you know what? That's being born. That's failing, I think, is the credit card story. So let's talk about winning, because that's what we want to do. And a lot of this stuff, it's funny how this turns out. So I just want to hit some high points from this book. Again, Born to Win by Zig Ziglar. Check it out. But we're going to start with this one. One of the main reasons people fail to reach their full potential is because they're unwilling to risk anything.
I just had that conversation Saturday. My son was asking somebody, why do you get paid so much? Who gets paid? Talking about that. And I said, you get paid off of risk, in my opinion. Hard work, not really. The landscaper would make more money than anybody if you had to work hard work, right? It's risk, in my opinion. And I don't think people comprehend the stress and risk that you take usually correlates with your income, in my opinion.
Experience and time, too.
Well,
yeah.
And licensing and expertise.
For me, even though they are synonyms a little bit, I break it up into risk and hazard. Is what I break it into. Risk is something that's manageable. It's quantitative. I can gauge it against something else. Hazard, I use that word in my analyzation of things as danger. Like this is too far beyond my, risk is acceptable, but once you get beyond a certain point, it's hazard and you're acting irresponsibly. And that's where that line for a lot of people. Now, sometimes, I have some partners and some things that I do that sometimes push the envelope of what they do to the point where I have to say, whoa, we're stepping out of risk now and we're stepping into hazard.
Right.
And I don't operate in hazard. I have before, and it is absolutely, it's blown up in my face. But
so that's where your business and the value of what you do comes in, right? On
Yeah.
a general scale, we talk about a brokerage. You have a real estate agent oftentimes for their expertise, but as well to defer problems to, and to mitigate your own risk as a buyer. If I was out here and I had no real estate experience and I was going to go buy a house from somebody, they got a pile of bricks there. Okay, give me this much money and I'll give you that. Great.
Right.
When you involve brokers and agents, you have somebody that's responsible, right?
Right.
So that's where sometimes people think, oh, you guys don't even do this much work for what you got. But it's like, think of the risk I just took away from you for that value.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Well, and even getting into real estate, you're doing risk. I mean, a lot of times you're putting up. I remember when I got into it, I saved X amount of money. And I was like, here we go. Either going to lose everything I own or it'll succeed. I mean, you put risk. I mean, just taking a listing, I take risk with that.
Sure.
It cannot sell, and I'm out thousands and thousands.
You're
and
out
thousands
hours of your time.
Well, not even that. Like, commercial's not like we can't just put on an MLS and take nice photos and do stuff. It costs me every month to list something. So, to me, it's a risky little investment.
Sure.
Every time.
No, of course it is. The next thing it says, if you believe as I do that you were born to win, you're going to have to find your fears and start facing them. Which means this. I know a lot of people that are borderline narcissists, I'll say. I like to try, the reason I'm very hypersensitive to that is I'm always scared. I'm always terrified personally. I'm gonna leap off that ledge, right? So I always try to understand my own limitations and always try to keep myself mentally in check that way. But I think what it means is there are a lot of people that I know that are borderline narcissists that just assume the world should open up for them because they're special, right? Because I should just be winning and I should just get what I can because I'm a special person, is what they think. When the reality of it is if you can believe that you should be successful, you can do that, but it comes with the responsibility of facing fears that go along with that, of facing the trials and tribulations to get you where you are.
Right.
So I think that's what he's trying to say there, and that's what he's trying to do, because there are far too many people that just think they're special.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of saying, I don't know if you are born to win. I think very few winners exist, right? There's far more losers than winners in life.
Well, one of my favorite quotes, that the winners and losers both set the same goals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to UFC like, I'm going to lose this fight today.
Right. But there are fewer UFC champions than there are UFC participants,
True,
right?
100%.
But you have to put yourself in the game, and they're all within a fraction. That's at the elitist levels, right? When you start talking about in business, you don't have to, there's not one title, right? When you're talking about real estate, you can all win in that. There's always going to be more losers than winners, but you can win because it's not a zero-sum game.
Right.
And there's not one championship.
Right.
There's not one champion in business. There's a Microsoft, but there's also Larry Ellison with Oracle, and there's also Elon Musk. There's also, there's multiple billionaires. There's not room for just one. It's not Highlander.
Yeah.
Well, they've all conquered. They've all conquered
Colt,
their fears, right?
Have you seen the Highlander, Colt?
No, I think we talked about this. And no,
what
is
in
it?
the immortal words of Ricky Bobby, won the Academy Award for what? Best movie ever.
I've never. What is
I
it?
saw Highlander. It sucked. No, don't.
No.
I mean, it's a
I
little late.
I think we
might
should
have to watch
a little
it.
late. I feel like we should make you watch that one.
I know.
There.
I feel. I'm getting a call from
Next,
Barbara. That's not
next
good.
card. I never worry because I know who I am and I know whose I am. Whose I am.
We've talked about that before, about if you kill off your masters and you're responsible to yourself.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think this means, do you belong to yourself? Do you belong to others? Where are you mentally controlled for that? I think it can only mean one of multiple things. It could mean that, or it could mean somewhere in the lines of be content in the fact if you are surrounded by loved ones.
Yeah.
I think you could look for whatever. Is it kind of going back to that, a poor man is not someone that, a poor man is someone that wants for more, not someone that has less. Kind of that idea. But I also think being controlled by others is probably strong. Desire is the catalyst that enables a person with average ability to compete and win against others with more natural talent. Amen. I've known a lot of people, especially in this industry, in the real estate industry, that just through sheer will of effort will outbeat the best salesman in this business.
Sure.
I mean, just because they're willing to go out in 118-degree heat in Las Vegas and bang on 400 doors and just go at it.
And they're not the most attractive. We've talked about that too, that, having a pretty face or, having a, handsome jawline or whatever is not guaranteed for success, right? Some of the most
Are
successful
you talking
people,
about
kind
me?
of.
I'm not
Kind-
talking
kind
about
of.
I'm talking about Colt.
Jawline.
I'm not talking about Colt. But those you've seen them all, and I don't want to be gender specific or whatever, but there's that 60-year-old guy who's out there hustling and grinding and really puts himself out there. There's a 55-year-old lady who's just dominant in the market and focuses and takes it seriously. Those people will have some of the best numbers there are. And you'd think it's an appearance game. You'd think it's this and that.
Well,
There's a good book called it's more geared towards commercial real estate, but it's really geared for entrepreneurs, called Knowing Isn't Doing. And I love that. Knowing isn't doing, meaning you can be as smart as you want. You can be the smartest guy in that room, but if you're not doing the actions, you're going to be left behind.
I think there's a lot to be said about, like, I always tell people I operate in real estate with a scalpel. Like, you can either operate with a scalpel or a sledgehammer. I'm much more of a scalpel guy. But that doesn't mean to say that if you want to use a sledgehammer, now it takes a long time to learn how to use a scalpel, but you can pick a sledgehammer up and start swinging it tomorrow.
Sure.
And I think you can probably get, I mean, if you think back to my career, I probably, when I was swinging the sledgehammer, got great results. I've just learned over time through education how to use a scalpel.
Right.
So there you go.
I like that.
There you go. Next one. Good action today will produce good living tomorrow. I think how many times we talk about this in here, which is the decisions you make today affect your tomorrow.
Right.
The people you choose to surround yourself with, the actions, everything that happens, it goes. I mean, we talked about my countdown timer for trying to get in shape, and
How's that going? Because it's
you know,
not going good for me.
I don't.
I'll say
I look at
that.
the, I look at the
I'm
countdown.
up 4 pounds.
No, I'm just saying. I look at the countdown. I think I'm gradually coming down. I stopped getting on the scale every day because I just think it's bad for me. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's the little efforts every day.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Consistency over time is results.
Oh, always consistency over time. The depth of your spirit will determine the height of your success. That sounds like a bumper sticker to me. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Can we
That's a little
talk about bumper stickers? Like,
You know what,
how
Colt?
annoying.
How have we not talked about bumper stickers at this
God,
point?
I don't know, but who puts bumper stickers on their cars?
Who tattoos perfectly beautiful bodies? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just the
No,
aesthetic.
I have way bigger problem with bumper stickers
Than tattoos?
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you ever seen a really bad tattoo?
Yeah, but have you seen a good bumper sticker?
Yeah.
No, you've not.
Honk if your horn is broken.
I'm telling you.
Honk if your horn is broken. That's
Is that... Could you be friends with somebody that pulls up with bumper stickers?
Hands on their car.
I don't understand people that put political bumper stickers on their car.
Crazy to me.
It's bizarre.
But it's
'cause
always
you know
those
that
people.
50% of people out there don't agree with you. And so you're just subjugating your car to
To whatever damage
scrutiny of others.
you're going to
whatever.
get.
I cannot stand the bumper sticker. It bugs me.
People still do bumper stickers.
Oh, all the time. I see it all.
yeah.
You know where I see? Never mind. I'm not going to get there.
No.
I see it all the time
Where?
in certain neighborhoods. It just shocks me. It's certain
Just
cars.
say Summerlin, bro.
No, it's not Summerlin though.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Oh, I get
yeah.
it. Green Valley.
Yeah. you're going to cause a lot of hate on this one.
Well, we haven't been canceled at this point, so there you go.
But bumper
Double down.
stickers, don't do it, guys.
Yeah, speaking of which, if you're
Don't do it.
if you're listening to this on one of your podcasts, I got an announcement. I forgot to say this. We are now, which is actually hard to get. Apparently, it takes a long time. We're now streaming on iHeart Radio.
Oh,
We're streaming on iHeart, which is great. So
go.
glad to be part of the iHeart family. It took a hot second to get there, but glad to be part of that.
Tell your sister to watch out.
I know, look
Coming.
out. But whatever you're listening
Coming
to us
for you.
on, give us a real quick 5-star review. Please don't judge us by Colt's contributions. And if you're watching us on YouTube or however you are, push that smash, subscribe button. It does help the
Something.
algorithm a little bit and try to get us some traction.
Unless
up
you're
there
a
as well,
bumper
which is good.
sticker person.
Yeah, unless you're a bumper sticker person, then just go ahead and put "I hate Colt" on the back. I will say
5-star,
this though.
I hate Colt.
I used to have a bumper sticker making kit that I would make bumper
what?
stickers. A bumper sticker making kit. You make just magnetic bumper stickers. It would make magnetic ones, and you can put them on people's cars and just see how long they drive around with them.
Oh, we
That's
did
pretty
that.
great.
We did that to a kid in high school, and he went like 3 months. We put a
Cool.
really nice one.
Do you hate bumper stickers more than people that put the whole description of their family, including the number of children they have and their relative ages, on the back of the
that's
windows?
good. Yeah.
But that's a bumper sticker in itself.
It's kind of more of a window decal.
I get it, but people put too much.
Personal information.
Yeah,
on their
I mean,
vehicles? Yeah.
There's a lot going
Have
on.
you seen some people they got like 8 or 9 kids? Could you imagine? It'd be horrible to have that.
See,
many
Dude,
they're
as
kids.
somebody-
usually the big suburbans.
As
Yes,
somebody that just went
yes.
to Disneyland again last weekend, no, I cannot imagine. I mean,
No.
dude,
I have 3 kids. Oh my god,
Everything is so
three's
expensive.
too many. Three's too many.
we went to Mimi's or Marie Callender's.
Yeah.
Good pies.
Marie Callender's.
Good pies.
4 kids,
Top
2
three
adults.
pies.
Hang on. Top 3 pies.
God, man.
Colt.
I mean, you gotta go the apple pie number 3.
I mean,
Apple's in there. All right, give you that.
well, that's a nostalgia.
Yeah,
political
that's why
statement.
it's number
It's
3.
not the best.
Heavy on the
No,
cinnamon or light on the
but-
cinnamon?
Oh, heavy.
Heavy on the cinnamon.
Like a good apple pie a la mode.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, solid. What else you got?
No, then you go. I mean, you gotta go
Pecan.
with no. You kidding me? Pumpkin number 2.
Guy lives
You
in a
knew
pumpkin
you knew
patch.
pumpkin was coming.
it's amazing.
You knew pumpkin was coming.
Pumpkin's gross. But
Did you
it
say
has
pecan?
like a butter
Pecan
pecan?
pie?
Oh,
Oh my
gross.
god.
Top
I'll do
3
a lot of pie.
worst.
So I grew up with butter tarts.
I'll do like a chocolate French silk pie. That's solid.
I don't even know what
I
that
don't know.
is.
You never worked in a restaurant then. You never rated the desserts.
Number 1.
Chocolate silk pie.
You ready for number 1?
Good. What is it?
Banana cream pie.
I like it.
I like it. But you know who's got a good banana cream pie?
Marie Callender's.
Calendar.
Marie Callender's got one. You know who else got a good one? Is what is it? Claim Jumper got a good one.
Oh, really? Are they still open?
Isn't it
They
funny
are.
that the way we started this podcast, Colt was worried about the direction we were going to go, and we end up talking about cream pies.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be there.
Top 3 cream pies.
It's just 100%. The depth of your spirit will be determined. No, I think we already read that because that's what we've got on bumper stickers. The next thing, worry is the most significant factor that relates to the root of negative thinking. I totally agree with this. We talk about it all the time. This again goes back to being rooted in classic stoicism. Don't borrow trouble from tomorrow. There is no good or bad, only your perception of how things affect you, and you suffer way more in your mind than you ever will suffer in reality from these situations. And as I always, the motto I live my life by, memento mori, I've actually got a little charm that says it, basically means death comes for us all. Remember death, memento mori, and next to death, what is this? That's what it didn't kill me. What is this going to kill you? And I think that's too many people get too caught up in small problems that they won't even, and I don't remember who this was. Somebody said this not too long ago, and they said, here's a cool exercise. I don't remember who it was. If it's one of my friends and you see this, I'm sorry, I forgot which one of you said this. They said, next year you have a major problem or a major issue that happens. Write it down in a calendar appointment 30 days from now. Like put it in your calendar 30 days so it pops up on your phone. And then you'll be amazed at how little that actually affected you a month later, or if you even remember what happened a month ago.
That is the world I live in because as an attorney, right, I'm constantly managing the problems of others.
Yeah.
And they become my problems, right? Because I got to figure out how to manage them. Every time I look at a case that's closed, I go in my closed case files. We have to keep our files for 7 years. And I'll look at it and I'll go, I remember when that case was actually bringing my whole world like to its knees.
Mm-hmm.
And it resolved quite reasonably, easily, good, results, got paid, everything worked out.
Yeah.
And I remember when that was the bane of my absolute existence.
Yeah, the world was caving in on
all
top
the time,
of you.
but there's 40 cases like that where I looked at and I couldn't wait for that case to be closed.
Yeah.
And
you
then by
don't
the time
even
it was
remember.
closed, I was already worrying about some other case.
And you don't even remember it, and you don't even remember it happening.
Yeah, I've learned that one.
You ever meet people that are the complete opposite, though?
What do you mean?
Like there's major issues, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It'll work its way out. And it's like, you can't be like that always either.
No, but that's all.
Right?
That leads to huge problems because they don't address them.
Yeah, you got to dive into it. But it's funny. Me and my wife always laugh. I have a philosophy in my house where they even out Gaffords. Like,
Yeah.
if somehow if my car, if something breaks, whatever, and it costs me $5,000, somehow, some way, $5,000 is gonna show up.
Yeah.
Because it always does. Like I just looked at the horizon and expected to show up, and it's gotten to the point where I expect that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's lost here, we're gonna win there, and just even out Gaffords, which is funny.
That's life, though.
It is
Wins,
life.
You lose. So.
Yep.
Ooh, man, this is a good one. When you stop planning and preparing, you stop winning. It's so fun, man. I got to tell you, if you've listened to our podcast before, and you've heard us talk about books, you've heard us talk about stoicism, you've heard us talk about laws of power, you've heard us talk about all of these things. There's no new information, man. It's the same stuff that's been going on for thousands of years, and like fail to plan to fail.
Yep.
If you don't know stoicism, if you don't know to which port you sail, no wind is favorable.
Right.
It's all the same stuff. If you stop having a plan for your life, you're going to just, you're drifting. And if you drift, you're going to fail.
And people will. It's funny how so many people will get so planned out and have everything going, but once things get going, they forget. Like you have to plan out even when you're successful.
Well,
That's why mission statements exist, right?
Yeah, they
That's
do.
why when you talk about business, you talk about what are our core principles. Let's figure that out before we set ship or set our ship out to sail. Because if that's not my North Star, then we're directionless, right?
Yeah.
So you have that, and if you're true to those principles, right, you can always, if you have a question that comes up that's problematic, you go, what is our core value? What are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, it's like, we never do business plans more than a quarter at a time. It's always quarter chunks because we revisit them every quarter. We see where we were to achieving our goals, what happened, and we revise and we pivot if we need to.
Right.
Which means I'm never on the wrong course for too long because things change, man.
Yeah.
Things constantly change, and part
Especially
of winning
now.
is understanding the trends and moving forward and changing when you need to change. Is a big part.
That's why the show is going to be called next month. I don't want to be a spoiler, but the Power Move and NFT analysis with John Gafford.
NFT analysis, yeah. No, look, I'm sorry because we were supposed to have the Snack Daddy on today, and Snack Daddy, we'll get him with him, but yeah, Ari, some point, buddy, gonna get you in here. He was at a Board Ape Yacht Club party in LA or something yesterday, so he got held up. So that was that. When you get that, I don't know. We'll get back to him. You can start from where. Wait, hang on a second. You can start from where you are with what you've got and go to where it is you want to go. Okay. Sorry, it's like you ever read a sentence when there's a bunch of like three
pronouns?
Yeah, there's like
You
3 and
had
2
the lawyer read that one.
No, it's like, do I have dyslexia? It's like instantly I can't read.
not read.
But again, what this is saying is it doesn't matter what you got. It doesn't matter how much you got. There is a path to get to where you want to go. And you've got to understand that. I think a lot of people have limiting beliefs. Oh, I'll never achieve that because I didn't start from X.
How many people do you think in real estate, and I hate to keep bringing it back just to real estate, general business.
Yeah. Real estate is business.
It is.
It really is.
How many people do you think legitimately suffer from imposter syndrome?
Oh, I think it's a huge amount.
yeah.
I think a huge amount. I think the reason that the majority
90%.
of people in real estate, especially, only earn $50,000 or whatever it is, 48,000 is the median income, whatever it is this year for real estate. But I think the reason that is because they don't think they're worth any more money than that.
Right.
They're not. I mean, there's a great story that one of my buddies, Steve Sims, told me. And was Steve Sims? I don't remember who it was. Maybe Steve. We'll go with Steve Sims. Steve, I'm assuming you said this, but we're going to give it to you.
Steve.
We'll give it to you. But it was at some point he was charging X amount of dollars to speak. And somebody called him, and he just was busy and couldn't do it, like so many other things, and just decided to double his price. And they paid it. And after that, he never spoke for less than that again. And it's just funny how we have this perceived value of ourselves in our own minds that we project onto others. I mean, how many times have you been in a negotiation about yourself? I don't care where you work. If you work at, Dairy Queen, you have to negotiate how much you make at some point.
Right.
At some point, you put a dollar value on your value. You put it on there. And how many people have sold themselves short by taking an hourly job, by doing whatever they're doing, because they just don't think they're worth any more money than that.
Right.
Totally agree. Happens a lot. And it happens in every industry.
A part of me, though, too, does appreciate when people suffer a little bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's a certain amount of humility, right?
Yeah.
There's times when I've gotten to the point where people will say, hey, they have this question. I'll just say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea because that's not the law I practice.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, that's the best answer. So in our business, especially, that's the best answer. I love that.
Let me put you in touch with someone who does. But people will say, hey, can you do commercial? You're residential? Okay. They fumble through it. Right?
Yeah.
I want somebody who's got enough imposter syndrome where they know their limitations.
Well, I just had this. Someone called me. We have meth house going up in Utah. I'm like, I know.
What's that costing to build?
Yeah. Well, it's a good return.
What's the return on
return's
on the meth house you're putting?
But it's
talk
funny
after the
because
show.
The thoughts and feelings of Colt Amidan do not reflect the power.
Yeah, but it's I said that I've dealt with it, but it's 20 years. Like, give me a day. Let me reach out to 4 different people that I know in the meth world. No, I don't, guys. No, but I know they've dealt with this kind of issue, so I reached out 4 different people, and I said, "There's your answer."
Just to clarify, somebody had a house that was previously used as a meth
So it
lab
has to
that
be
Colt was dealing
remediation,
has to be remediated.
Oh, it's such a pain in the ass. I'm shocked we don't test for that a lot out here.
No.
Utah, it's big time deal.
Yeah.
In Utah.
I think you can tell right away.
No, you can't though.
Well,
I think the pit bull chained up to the wheel.
You know what?
Out front
A lot of times it is. It's like an old grandma letting their grandkids.
Yeah.
And it's you'd never know. Never know.
Yeah.
Anyways, off subject, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, my point is that I like people with a certain amount of humility. And John was talking about one of his other business partners, Nick.
Yeah.
One of his most endearing things is that, he asked him a question and goes, I don't know the answer to that right now.
No. We were having
I don't know what you're talking about.
We were having a conceptual conversation. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, like
why
explain to me what you're talking about.
Like straight to the no bullshit.
Yeah, no bullshit.
No bullshit meter. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Talk to me like I'm 2.
Well, today it's funny. I was on the phone today. I was on a Zoom with a big hedge fund out of Irvine, and I was talking to this guy, and he was saying some phrases to me that I was like just right over, like just the financial terms. Like I knew what he was talking about once he started talking about it, but when he threw out the buzzword, the hedge fund buzzword for us, it was over my head. I didn't know what it was.
Well, a lot of terms are different in different areas.
Yeah.
They'll say stuff in New York that you'll never hear on the West Coast and vice versa. And if you gotta be honest.
Yeah,
like, what's that mean? Oh, we refer to it as this.
When a lot of times they just put words together. Right. Like today I got revolving mezzanine line. I'd never heard that before. I'm like, okay, sure.
Why is it?
Revolving mezzanine line. Okay.
Because you have so many projects that you just have to always have this mezz finance.
Kind of, kind of. We needed that. So, I mean, granted, great meeting, going to come out in my favor. So it was great to do. But there you go. Okay. Value and purpose are about understanding the specific benefits you will help people receive if they receive what you have for them. This is the if you want to win in business, figure out how to solve people's problems. Be the person that solves problems for others, and you will be successful. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't necessarily mean, I need to go out and learn how to give people root canals.
No.
So when they say I have a toothache, but it would behoove me to know the best orthopedic surgeon in Vegas and have him in my phone and have a relationship with that guy. So when this person has a crisis, one of my people has a crisis at 8:00 on a Saturday, I can call my buddy and see where we're at.
Right.
That would behoove me, because if there's anything more, there's nothing more valuable in business. Brad Lee says the more hands you shake, the more money you make. I think there's no more valuable service than being able to connect the dots for people. Mm-hmm. Dan Fleischman says all the time, my superpower is my phone.
Yeah.
My contacts list is my superpower. I can connect people. Anything you need, I have the answer in my phone somewhere.
Yeah, connectors do well.
And I can connect this. Learn to connect the dots. If you're someone that you don't have a lot personally to offer because of where you are, maybe you're not out of school yet, maybe you're not in a position of power within a job, learn to be the person that people go to connect the dots. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need a new car. Oh, I got a guy you should call for that. I need insurance. I got that guy. I got this. Collect people that are good at stuff. This morning, when I was on with the hedge fund guy this morning, he asked me, because the guy that had connected me with him said, how do you know this person? Like, what's the relationship? And I said, I've known this guy for years. And I said, quite frankly, when I met him, he is exceptional when it comes to building brand imaging. Just exceptional at it. The work, and he goes, oh my God, yeah, I love what he did with this project in California. And I said, yeah, when I find people that are exceptional at what they do, I tend to hang on to them in my circle, whatever it is. And the guy's like, that's a great way to look at things. So when you find people that are good, stay connected with them, man. Stay connected.
Totally agree.
Good way to do it.
You're good at that. You always do.
I try. Well, that's why you're here, Cole. That's why you're here. This would be boring if it wasn't for you. Yeah. Well, let's take a quick break, guys. We're a little over now.
We're
going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about more about how to win when we come back. And Colt will probably, I'm going to let you hijack the show with whatever you want to talk about for 5 minutes. So we have that to look forward to when we come back.
5 minutes?
Wait.
Well, yeah, because if it's good, we're going to start with, we'll start with 5 minutes and we'll go from there.
2 hours
and we'll see what happens.
No,
we'll be back in just a second.
We'll get into the weeds.
Hey, it's John Gafford. If you want to catch up more and see what we're doing, you can always go to thejohngafford.com, where we'll share any links things we talked about on the show, as well as links to the YouTube where you can watch us live. And if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, you can always follow me at thejohngafford. I'm here. Give me a shout.
I do. I love smoke.
You love smoke. John won't smoke with me.
So